Hello folks, Beastmode Pops here. I just want to make a quick video to inform you all of something that you might not know about that I personally found out that I'm suffering from a couple of months ago. As you may or may not know, about almost a year ago, I tore a bicep muscle in my left arm. And I just recently, 2 weeks ago, I guess, on the 28th, got my surgery finally. And I'm right now recovering from that. But here a couple of months ago, I had woke up. Now, let me back up. Back last August, I was telling the doctor that she was asking me if I was having any numbness. And I said, well, just a little bit in my thumb. And then the next time I saw her, which was like a month later, now all of a sudden the numbness wasn't just my thumb. It was in my thumb and halfway up my forearm. And it was, it just continued to move up my left arm like that. And then in November, the end of November, excuse me, the end of November, I woke up one day and my arms were like crazy out of control. Like if I reached for something, they would flail way off to the side, and I was having a lot of trouble controlling them. And I was due to see the doctor within a couple of weeks, well, a month anyway. So I thought, well, let me just, I figured out if I'm slow and deliberate in my movements, I can still function. So I continued to go to work and do that and wait till I saw the doctor. Well, I mean, it got a little better as the weeks went by until I saw the doctor. When I saw the doctor, she asked me if there's anything else going on with my arm, because she was just doing a preliminary thing before my surgery. And I told her that I was having pain from my left shoulder all the way down to my wrist. And this is a different doctor than the one I was originally seeing. So I had to explain to her how it was gradually getting worse and worse over time and that. So she decided to go ahead and x-ray my neck and my shoulder to make sure that there wasn't something else going on there, before the surgery. So here is the x-ray of my neck. Now, what she discovered was this is actually this problem. See how my neck, if you follow this line, it curves back towards like the back of my head. It's actually supposed to go the other way. It's supposed to curve forward, like towards my Adam's apple. That's what a normal shape of a neck is. When it's curved, when it's either straight or curving backwards, that's called reversed lordosis. And that causes problems. I'll show you. I'll zoom this in a bit. Now, if you look right in here, you see how the gap here, and then it's smaller here and smaller here. These two discs are compressed, and they're actually putting pressure on my spine. And that's what caused, evidently I slept wrong and caused my neck to shift even worse. And that's what caused my arms to be so severely affected. So that doesn't explain the pain from my shoulder to my wrist. What she told me was that she believes I suffered from a cervical sprain when I injured my bicep, because I was basically just dangling my left arm and lifting an 800-pound roll using my knees. So I was just kind of letting the weight travel up my arm, in my shoulder, all the way to my neck. And that causes what she calls a cervical sprain, which I never knew you could sprain your neck like that, but I guess you can. And that's where the pain in my shoulder was coming from. But she said, she indicated or implied that cervical sprain was because of this reverse lordosis, that my neck was already not properly aligned. So that's what caused the two, the combination of the two things is what caused the sprain, and that's what caused the pain in my shoulder, or going from my shoulder to my wrist. So anyway, I went and I started researching this reverse lordosis, and evidently it's very common and goes undiagnosed in a lot of people until it gets very bad. gives them some severe side effects or such. And you can actually get this by something as simple as being rear-ended at 5 miles an hour. It doesn't take much. And what it does is, you see this business up here. This is at the base of the skull. It's called the atlas. And it's actually the very top vertebrae that your skull sits on, like a little ball and socket right there. And if this gets knocked out of alignment, it causes the next vertebrae to shift, because they're all, see how they have these little curved shapes to them? So the next vertebrae shifts, and the next one, and so on, until your neck actually goes from curving forward to either straight or curving backward. When it's curving backwards, that's a severe reverse lordosis. Mine's curving backwards right there. And I've even seen examples of x-rays on the internet where it's even more than this. But it's this compression of the disc that's causing the problems with me. Anyway, side effects can be things like vertigo, depression, loss of feeling, tingling, numbness, that kind of stuff. And there's other things. There's a whole list of stuff. It can cause all kinds of crazy, like memory problems, not able to think straight. And the doctors can't figure out why, but they suspect it has to do with the cervical spinal fluid putting pressure on the bottom of the brain because of the shift of the vertebrae. So anyway, I just wanted to make this video to encourage you people. If any of you have ever been in a been rear-ended in a car accident or anything like that, that it would probably be a good idea for you to go to a chiropractor and have him adjust your atlas and adjust your neck so that you don't have this problem. The way I got the problem was wrestling in high school. A guy torqued me up over, and my head, went forward, and there was a loud pop, and I ended up fracturing C1, C2, and C3 to the point where I almost died. It wasn't broken, so I didn't have to get a halo. That's where they actually screw the bolts in your head, and they put that frame on you, that scaffolding. I actually just had to wear a neck brace for about 3 months and take Tylenol 3 is what they gave me, I guess. And then I was fine. But I suspect that's when I developed this reverse lordosis, and that it's just been getting worse and worse over the years. And now that I've injured my shoulder and caused that cervical sprain, it's actually caused some severe compression in my discs. I'm guessing. I haven't even been to the doctor about this yet. I'm trying to get workers' comp to add it in, and they're giving me a hard time. Anyway, that's it. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.